get your views on the gems and jewelry sector as well. Senco Gold, the first management on the show. The stock, remember, is down about 70% from the highs. And to discuss the business outlook, the impact of higher gold prices, what the company is doing in the lab-grown space as well, as they've been speaking about it too. Suvankar Sen, who's the MD and CEO at Senco Gold and Diamonds, joins in now. Suvankar, the last 2 quarters were rather weak when it came to margins, but more importantly, there wasn't any, supernormal growth that the street was anticipating as well. You grew pretty much at the same level as the leader, and the street has, perhaps given its verdict by the kind of decline that we've seen in the stock price from the highs as well. So the question, obviously, after this big drop, and you recently raised funds via QIP as well at 2x the price at which the stock is currently trading. What are your thoughts on growth? What are your thoughts on margin? And, the kind of wealth disruption that has happened from the peak. What are your, clarifications to shareholders, if any?
See, from the beginning, we've been saying that, every year we will be targeting 20 stores that we would open year after year. Be it this year, we've already opened 15 stores and about 4 to 5 stores are in the pipeline. In the coming year, we also have plans to open 20 odd stores. If we look at the growth rate, very surprisingly, we'll see that we've been growing top line at the rate of approximately 20%. So whatever we have been estimating and guiding, the markets and our investors, we have been achieving those numbers. It is true that in Q2 and Q3, the numbers have not been that good in terms of the bottom line, but that is mostly driven by the fact that the duty cut that has happened, in terms of the initiative of the government, which in itself was a very good thing, considering the fact that the international gold prices have moved up so high. So this 9% duty cut has been a great relief for the consumers at large, and that has led to a lot of volume growth. It's just a one-time impact. And I think that once Q2 and Q3, where we have taken the loss that had to be taken, a one-time loss. And now as we move on to Q4, again, things are back to normal. I think that the EBITDAs and the gross margins that we are expecting and what we have been guiding from before is going to go back to the same levels of close to 7% EBITDA and, the gross margins back to its own level. So I think that, yes, the markets and the investors have been a little jittery and uncertain with all the various things that is happening around the world. But fundamentally, I do not see any change happening. Business continues to grow in a very sustainable level. The new initiatives and with what we see right now, that the international gold price has been all-time high. Even in India, the gold prices have been all-time high, has been playing in its own way. You see the consumers, the wedding season continues to remain in the month of June, and we are seeing a very solid demand from the wedding market. Yes, the normal consumers who would want to buy products worth 50,000-60,000 rupees, they are being a little confused whether to buy now or wait for the prices to correct. But another good thing that has happened is that, in Q1, Q2, Q3, the demand for diamond jewelry was a little on the lower side because people were seeing that the prices of gold were moving up. So diamond, lab grown, what will happen? But in Q4, we have seen that trend has changed. People have started buying diamond jewelry in 14 karat and 18 karat back as well, which will have a positive impact on the margin. So I think that in general, whatever the markets have been and, the prices have come down, it is unfortunate that investors are getting a little panicky. But from my side, I can only assure that business continues to grow and fundamentally it's in a sustainable manner. We will continue to grow 20 stores and we are expecting a top line growth of 20% this year and hope to continue this 20% growth year after year. So this is what I would like to say from my side.
We expect 20% top line growth. The street was perhaps pricing in a lot more, and that is the correction that has taken place. To your credit, you have been guiding for this 20-21% sort of growth every year. Margins an aberration itself. But 2 points that you said. One, that lower ticket gold items, say 40 to 50,000, people are on the tenter hooks out there because of rising gold prices. And second, diamond sales have come back as well. So to that extent, if you could give us a sense on, the kind of studded ratio that we can expect in the fourth quarter, the studded ratio target that you have for next year as well. And is there any problem when it comes to gold sales for this year, in the fourth quarter, because lower ticket items are being postponed or perhaps people are on the tenter hooks? And at the same time, silver sales as well, because we've looked at silver prices. They are up to about 1.1 lakh rupees per kilo. Have you seen an increase in silver, product sales as well? How does that do for your margins?
So, if we look at the growth rate, silver, in spite of the increase in value in terms of volume and in terms of value, has grown at a much higher rate compared to gold and diamonds. Because I think, silver is becoming one of the assets that consumers, either for gifting or for lower ticket size investments, or, buying something for the home. I think silver has going to have a great future with 100 rupees per gram kind of a price that we see, and the potential of silver going up. So while silver is growing at about close to 18 to 20% in terms of volume, as well as a little more in value terms, we have seen that gold has grown to a marginal 1-2% volume growth, but value wise it has grown like close to 20%. And diamond, which we have seen that in the first half of the year or even till Q3, the volume growth was negative. I think that trend is changing. Diamond volume growth is now becoming almost 1 to 2% and a value growth of 15%. Now here, there's something very interesting that is happening with diamond, is that with the bigger size diamond prices that have gone down a large extent, I think consumers have realized it. And we are also trying to educate the consumers that now with the Russian and the Ukraine war trying to, get solved, I think that gradually the diamond prices that had come down will start picking up, and it's a good time to buy your diamonds as well. And as far as lab-grown diamonds is concerned, yes, we've opened 4-5 stores. That itself is a separate segment where we are seeing that consumers are appreciating it. And it is not for your wedding that you will want to buy a lab-grown diamond. You would rather buy a natural diamond. But for your fashion, for your various other occasions in life, just to fulfill that aspiration of owning a big size diamond, lab-grown diamond is creating its own market, but it will take some time, maybe a year or two, to really start giving the return. So that is how we are looking at the scenario. And as far as small ticket size items are concerned, I think the shift from gold jewelry to diamond jewelry will be happening very drastically in the small size, because that is where the daily wear, everyday wear is coming in. So that's how one has to look at it and be prepared for the upcoming season. Akshaya Tritiya is in the end of April. So we are already in the middle of March. So full preparation for the upcoming season is also happening in place.
Not on time. Just a quick yes/no question on, will promoters buy? The stock is down 70% from the highs. You've increased your shareholding from 64% to 68%. Will promoters buy?
So just to give you an information that yesterday we have, as promoters, started buying. So we have bought yesterday, and hopefully we'll buy today, because though I don't want to kind of emotionally kind of appeal to anyone, but the fact is that we feel that the value is there. Business continues to remain strong.
How many shares? How many shares, Shivankar, yesterday?
We've bought shares valued close to about 4 crores. So so that is what, and today we'll also buy some more. So that's how we would like to look at it.
All right. Well, I think thank you very much, Shivankar. Good to have you with us here. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. We'll take